The subjunctive is mainly used in subordinate clauses, but there are a few uses where the subjunctive is going to be used all by itself as a main verb, so independent uses, that is, as a main verb. Normally you expect an indicative mood verb, but sometimes the subjunctive can be used, and usually it has some idea of the volition of the speaker, something the speaker wants done. So let's take a look at these, and there are three particular main uses of the subjunctive as a main verb. The first is the hortatory. And what this means is this is an exhortation, a kind of command, right? We can usually translate it by the phrase, let us. And it's most often in the first person plural. You're most often going to find it in the first person plural. So, nun iomen kai akusomen tu andros in Plato. Now, let us go and let us listen to the man. You'll notice this akusomen is in this aorist. With all of these uses of the independent use of the subjunctive, the aorist is going to be simple action, whereas the present will be ongoing. So present ongoing, aorist simple. And we need this because the subjunctive largely shows, since it is the wish of the speaker, it's going to show some kind of futurity. So let us listen to the man. Or from Apollonius of Rhodes in his Argonautica, protonun Orpheos ne sometha. Now, first, let us recall. Ometha, there's our subjunctive, first person plural. Let us recall Orpheus. So let us be mindful of Orpheus. And there again is the aorist from the Nesco. So the hortatory, let us do something. The second use is the deliberative. And again, this is sort of this idea of volition, of thinking, of futurity. So ti un poiesomen from Luke 3:10. This is when the crowd is jostling John the Baptist, and they say, ti un poiesomen. What then should we do, must we do? The deliberative is a kind of question. And we can put a question mark there. So it is a question that is asking what should be done in the future. So we might say, should is the key word in translating the deliberative. So what should we do? Or what should we do? Again, this from Euripides' Hippolytus. And so and we can also see things like Aprilmen. Ti Aprilmen. What should we say? These questions, these deliberative questions, are not asking a yes-no question. They're not. The answer is not necessarily right out in the open. So if this were indicative, it would be, what am I saying? But this is not, what should we say? The question isn't a foregone conclusion. The answer isn't a foregone conclusion. And then finally we have prohibition. And this is very particular. We're going to use a form of may to negate it, and all these subjunctives, may is going to be the negative. And then we're going to use aorist subjunctive. So may plus the aorist subjunctive is going to be, and usually in the second person, although occasionally you'll see a third person, but usually second person, and it's going to be a negative command. So me poiesete hoya. Hoya. Don't do such things. And this is going to be a specific prohibition. It's particular. Don't do things like this. A general prohibition you'll use may plus the imperative. Don't run into traffic. That would be may plus the imperative. But may plus the aorist subjunctive, that's particular to the circumstances. So Thucydides in the speech of the Mityleneans to the Spartans, They say toward the end, kaime proeste hemas. Don't betray us. They're meaning in this particular circumstance, don't betray us. Me proeste hemas. So there's your aorist subjunctive plus the main. So the three uses that you're going to find the subjunctive in, as a main verb, not as a subordinate verb, we'll cover those later, are going to be hortatory, which we use the let us. And then we'll have the deliberative, should. And then the prohibition, don't.